Okay, so what we're looking at is two-sector circular flow. I know you've all started your drawing of this because this will be put in your binder. But there's two sectors, households and businesses. Which one are you?
Household.
Households, okay. Eventually some of you want to be a business, right? Okay. There is two markets, product and resource. Which one do you buy in? Product. Which one do you sell your factors of production in?
Resource.
Okay, what are your factors of production? This is sell. Capital, what is the E?
Entrepreneur.
What is the L?
Land.
What is the last L? Man, y'all are good the second time around. Okay, and so factors of production in a market economy are owned by the people. I'm not talking about a command economy, because in a command economy, it's owned by the government. Okay, so what we're going to look at is your notes. So I'm going to start the story off at the household. You wake up every morning in your household, and you're going to go and sell your factors of production in the resource market. Did y'all hear what I said? You are going to go and what? Sell. And I know that sounds weird. You sell yourself, right? To a business. Essentially, a business says, this is how much we're going to pay you. And some of you are like, okay, I'm okay with selling myself, my labor, for that much. Okay? So in this market, are you the demander or the supplier? So I would write that I supply my labor. If I was a farmer, I would be supplying my land. Okay? If I was a business selling my capital, I would be supplying it there. So in the resource market, this is really key. You wake up every morning and you sell yourself to your business, right? So Caroline today, she is selling herself to Showbiz for how much an hour? $7.25, really? They only play $7.25 Showbiz?
Yeah, it's awful.
Oh
The
my
managers get paid $9. That's literally
Oh my
so bad.
gosh.
It's trash.
So then y'all just get free movies and that's it.
Yeah.
That's the only fringe benefit you have.
Yeah.
And sticky shoes.
Yeah, they made me work Christmas and Christmas Eve.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna quit.
You're debating about selling yourself now, right? After we've had this discussion that you wake up every morning and you're selling yourself for $7.25. I hope you find somewhere that gives you more than $7.25 soon. Okay, you're priceless. So hopefully you'll find somewhere. Okay, is that all businesses? Do they really start you out at $7.25?
I did Dairy Queen all summer and I worked only $7.25 an hour.
Really?
I didn't.
Well, how much is Academy?
13.
13. Oh my gosh.
Well, it's gotta go living.
And HEB is like 13 too. Okay.
Walmart's 11.
Walmart's 11. Where are you?
That's what I make.
Where are you at? Oh yeah, but you're skilled.
I make 13.
They're paying you for
I'm a
skills.
team lead, too.
You're team lead too.
Yeah.
So what did they start regular for the people who are selling? 10. That's better than $7.25. Okay. So some of y'all are realizing some people are selling their labor for a lot more, right? When I left Plano, I was getting paid a whole lot more than I'm getting paid here. I just agreed to sell myself for less. Does that mean, I know I keep on saying sell, but you're going to have to understand when you see the econ questions, they're going to say supply and sell. Okay? So, do you do this for free? No. You're getting paid what? What are you getting paid back? What does land get paid back? What is its factor payment? Rent. What is the factor payment for wages? What is the factor payment for capital? Starts with an I. Interest, entrepreneurs, profit or debt. Okay, I told you all this stuff's going to come back and come back into the course. So again, you know the households sell themselves. They supply their land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship abilities to the businesses in the resource markets in exchange for rent, interest, wages, and profit they're getting paid back. Do y'all remember we saw this stuff first day? Okay, so now you go home. Okay, so I'm going to start off my story again. Where do we start off our story?
Home.
You wake up in the home, right? You get yourself ready. You go and sell yourself to your business, your land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship, and in return they pay you. You come home. You turn on the TV. You see a commercial, and what do you want to go do? Buy something. So then you're going to go into the product market, right? You're going to go into the product market. In the product market, you are taking your money. Are you demanding stuff or supplying stuff here?
Demanding.
In the product market, you are a demander. In the product market, you are a demander. Today, I went to McAllister's and demanded a McAllister Club because I did not have lunch. Okay? They are very good. Okay? That's what you get? My husband likes the jalapeno crunch something.
BLTA without the avocado, extra bacon.
Okay, everybody's thinking what they're gonna demand in the product market, right? Now that we're talking about lunch. So you go home, you watch your commercial, whatever it is, you are gonna get, what did I get from my business today? I got a McAllister Club, right? What do I have to give them back? I didn't go up there like, McAllister's, please give me a free sandwich, because they're gonna look at me and be like, no. I had to give them money. But every single one of those payments is gonna be called something. When we collectively put all of the payments in our economy, it's gonna be called GDP, gross domestic product. So, for example, Braden said that he works at a martial arts place, right? So people who go there, they give them a money payment for a service, right? What is the service that he's providing? Martial arts. I don't know what type of martial arts are you doing, but what is the martial arts you teach?
American Taekwondo.
American Taekwondo. That's his service. So when you go to a Mavs game, you are paying for what? A good or a service?
Good.
When you go to the Mavs game, can you touch that good?
Oh,
No. So it's a service, okay? When we go to the movie theaters, what are we paying for? A good or a service? Service, because anything that is a service is something you can't touch. So like, let's just say we all go to the ballet together. Yes, we could touch the ballerina, but it's a service, okay? We don't want to touch the ballerina because we get in trouble. Yes, we'd be in big trouble. What she does, the dance, is a service. So do y'all understand what a good is? When I went to go buy my sandwich today, that was a what?
Good.
A good, okay. When I'm gonna go get my car fixed, what is that?
Service.
Service, okay? So just FYI, know the difference between good or service. It would be awkward if you go to the Mavs game saying, well, I paid for this, so I want to touch my good. I think they would look at you quite weird. Okay, a good is something they allow, like we go to Academy, we buy a basketball. That's a good, right? Okay. A service is something we go to the theater. They just don't let you go up there. This is one of those awkward things that was in the book that we have to identify that I'm not making you read. Y'all get it? Okay, are y'all good? Alright, so where do you start your story off?
House.
You wake up every morning and you sell your what?
Self.
Yourself, which is your factors of production, because eventually some of you may be farmers in the future, some of you may be entrepreneurs, or someone who owns capital. In exchange, you get a payment, right? You come home, right? And what do you want to do with your money?
Save it.
Some of you want to save it, some of you want to spend it. So then you'll go into the product market where you are what?
Fine.
Demanding or supplying?
Demanding.
Demanding goods or service, and you will give a money payment. Do y'all get this circular flow? Eventually, I'm going to stick something later in the middle, stick something on the outside, stick some other stuff on the outside. But do y'all get this basic story? Because this storyline is going to be the same storyline that we're going to see in 3-sector circular flow, 4-sector circular flow, and when I get to the foreign sector. Alright, so just a couple of things that I have to add. Gross domestic product is all the dollar values of goods and services. Okay, we know the difference between a good, right? My phone is a what?
Good.
Good. Okay, I am gonna go to a museum. Service. Okay, because would they let me touch the fine art? No, they would yell at me. Okay, so produced within the U.S. in 1 year. So it has to be anything that is produced within the year. We're eventually going to talk about this in Unit 3. If I buy a used item, does that count as a good or service produced in the U.S. in that year? No. If I buy anything that's like black market, does that count? No. So we're going to look at GDP in Unit 3. So each factor of production earns a specific type of income, which we already talked about, right? We had this in Lesson 1. So, again, in the resource market, what are you doing with yourself? selling, and in the product market, you are what? Demanding. You gotta get those words right because you'll eventually see it on the test. So I know y'all didn't do it in color, but do y'all see the FOP and the goods and services? This is called the real flow because something real is being given. So on the inside, when they were giving those factor payments and GDP, that is called the money flow. Right? Y'all get it? Okay, so there's our thing. How do y'all feel about circular flow? Okay, let's start the story off. Who's gonna start the story? And we're gonna pass it around. Okay, start the story. Where do we start the story?
I wake up,
You wake up in the morning and you do what?
I get dressed,
Uh-huh.
and I get ready to leave for school.
Mm-hmm. And then eventually you're gonna go in,
Uh,
go to work, right? Dairy Queen, and you're gonna do what? You're selling your what?
Selling my labor.
Your labor, your FOP. So you go to your business as Dairy Queen. Someone take it from Dairy Queen. What is Dairy Queen gonna give her?
Money.
Hey, Dairy Queen's gonna give her factor payment, which is what?
Her money.
What is it called? Wage. Okay, we're collectively helping. And now she goes back home, right? And she's at home with her wages, but she could get interest, rent, or what? Profit. But is she either of those payments? Who's gonna take the story? She is at home now. Who's gonna take the story? She's at home.
She watches TV
Oh, she watches TV and she wants to go what?
to the product.
And what?
Be
What is she, a supplier or demander?
demander.
She's demander, she's demanding something, okay? So now someone take the story and tell me what she's demanding. What good or service is she demanding? What business is she gonna go to? She's going to H-E-B. Hey, what is she demanding? Tell me the story of what she's demanding at H-E-B. Peanut butter. Peanut butter, she wants peanut butter. So she gets the peanut butter, but what did she have to give H-E-B? Money. And now she comes home and she's what? Eating peanut butter sandwich and broke. Sorry. Yes.
And then she goes to the Mavericks game.
And then she goes to the Maverick game and learns not to touch the people's services. Okay. Do y'all get two-sector circular flow? Thank you for interjecting our story of Mackenzie going to H-E-B and going and work at Dairy Queen. Okay. So what we're going to look at now, I know you drew this out. We're going to look at economic systems. We just did a free market command system, and I know y'all have homework for me, and I'm going to collect it eventually, but I just wanted to make sure I got everything taught today. Sorry. Oh, some of y'all have good little houses. 3 little pigs have nothing on y'all.
I mean, like, we do know how to make a spit, so.
Do we give this to them?
I don't know. I didn't know how to count. My hands, I think they have enough here. Give this to me. I got used to counting like, I think there's like 6 in a row, so I just counted out 6. Okay, so we are looking at, one of your homework assignments was to look at the 6 goals for the U.S. economy. Do y'all remember that?
Yes.
Okay, so if I can find mine. I have this printed out, and I know it was really easy because I really did not, I even tell you, study the lecture, not the book, slightly different. Because the book gives you some very like bigger words and we don't need it, right? So you notice the vocabulary on the place that I guided you to is very easy. It's just there's some things in economics that they try to talk way above you and it's just like, no, just bring it down. So this is why I gave you that homework and we didn't do it by the book, and I keep on saying, don't study the book, study the lecture, right?